In the last video, we learned that there is a special relationship in 45, 45, 90 triangles, and that special relationship just states that for every x units that I have across from my 45s, across from my 90 or my right angle is going to be root 2 times that value. And then I showed you in the last video also that if you just think of this x as 1 unit. For every 1 unit that I have here, these are both congruent to each other because these angles are congruent. This would be root 2. So now on to a specific example. So let's take a look at this triangle. I know that these two sides here are both 22s. So being that those are both the same value, both 22, I know that these angles have to be congruent. So these angles have to be the same, and being that I have 90 of my 180 degrees right here, with the other 90 degrees that I have, these have to be 45s to equal my 180 degrees in my triangle. So this is in fact a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Now, the side that I'm given is my side across from my 45. I already know that my relationship just states that I'm going to multiply by the square root of 2 to get my side that is my hypotenuse. So my final answer here would be 22 root 2. Now, a couple quick things I want to mention here is that this relationship is true for every single 45, 45, 90 triangle, no matter how big or small it is, because of the fact that every 45, 45, 90 triangle is going to be similar. Okay, so we're dealing with similar triangles here. If you remember from the similar triangles lesson, anytime you have two angles that are congruent in your triangles, then by angle-angle similarity, the two triangles are similar. And if you have similar triangles, you know that your ratios of your corresponding sides, are proportional. So that's one of the ideas that we're kind of utilizing here, to know that they're all going to fit this idea. Now, being that we have this, another way to look at this problem, and this is just a good tool to have in your toolkit, because some of these problems get a little bit complicated, is that you could use the idea of proportions to solve this. So I know that my ratio for every 1 unit across my 45, across from my 90 is root 2. So if I set up a proportion here, actually let's do my 45s. Across my 45 is 1, across from my 45 is 22. So there's my first pair of corresponding sides. So here and here. So for every 1 to 22, then this is going to be root 2 across from my 90 here to every x. And if you solve this proportion, you will get that same answer of 22 root 2. You can see just by cross multiplying here quickly, 1 times x is just x, and 22 times root 2 is 22 root 2. See you in the next video.